Hello children, in today's video we are going to continue with part 3, and as I said you already, in this part we are having 4 topics. Yesterday we discussed about first 2 topics. Do you remember that? First about Greek War of Independence and second about culture and language. And today we are going to discuss about many problems faced by the people during revolution and what were the different types of revolution with different people. And first topic is hunger, hardship, and popular revolt. So under hunger hardship, we are going to discuss about two particular years. One is 1830, another one is 1848. 1830 hardship is a very important question for 3 mark as well as 5 mark. If they ask you in 3 mark, write any 3 points. If it is in 5 mark, write more than 5 points. So, coming to 1830 hardship. So, in 1830, there were many problems in Europe. So, the people were having lot of troubles in 1830s. That is why it was said to be 1830s hardships. Hardships means what? Difficulties or problems. Okay, so what kind of problems were faced by those people means if you check with the first half of 19th century, that is from 1801 to 1850, the population increased a lot in Europe. As a population increased, what will happen? All the people will be in the need of job. So job seekers were more in number, but that much jobs were not provided. So, as the population increased, the people were asking for more jobs, but that much employment was not available that time. And because of that, the people from rural areas they started to move to cities. Because of that, the cities became like a overcrowded slums. You know slums, right? It will be very small area filled with lot of houses, right? So as the people started to move more and more from villages to cities, cities became like a overcrowded slums. And during that time period, small producers were facing a big trouble. Small producers means small manufacturers of clothes or some other products. What difficulty means? Lot of things were imported from England. Okay, that time lot of things were brought to India from England. Similarly, here also lot of products from England was brought to Europe. Clear. So, we already discussed, right? First, industrialization started in England only, right? So, during that time period, industrialization was not there in Europe. So, only they were purchasing England products because in England they had lot of machineries and they produced many goods. When many goods are produced, the cost will be very less. When the good is in demand, the cost will be more, right? So, here, as England was flourishing in industrialization, as they produced a lot of goods, the prices was very cheap. So many the people of Europe they started to import the goods from England, especially cloth materials. So the textile producers in Europe they cannot sell their products because everybody are purchasing the England product, right? So no one was ready to buy the Europeans' products. Because of that, what happened? The small producers were greatly affected. And small producers they cannot produce large number of goods because they will not invest much on machineries, right? They will do in hand only. So manual work means the cost wise it will be more and it will take more time to produce more number of cloths. So that's what was the main problem for them. Are you clear, children? And now, aristocrats they were enjoying a lot. Okay, so they had power, they had money, everything. During the same time, the peasants had lot of problems because of the feudal dues, due to the increasing food prices, and due to the bad harvest. That time, the crops were not cultivated in a proper way due to many reasons, and these problems led to pauperism. Pauperism means like poverty, okay, without money or any property. That is called as pauperism. So this is what 1830s hardships. Very important question. So take notes on this slide. So first half of 19th century, the population increased in Europe. As the population increased, job seekers also increased, but number of employment was very less. Because of that, people started to migrate to cities from villages. and hence cities became like a overcrowded slums. And the small producers were greatly affected because the people started to purchase England's goods. Because in England, more industries were there, so they produced a lot of goods by using machineries. So the price was very less. So the people of Europe and other countries like India also they purchased goods from England. So actually the domestic producers in those places they cannot sell their products, and because of which they were said to be affected. Clear, children? And especially textile producers were affected. Mainly cloth was imported from England, so textile production was greatly affected in those places. And during the time, aristocrats were enjoying their power, but peasants were struggling a lot due to feudalism and bad harvest, and due to rise of food prices. When there is bad harvest, the number of crops produced will be very less, right? So I already told you, when something is produced more in number, the price will be very less. When something is produced in less number, the price will be very high. They will say no, so the product is in demand, so this is the price. If you want, you purchase it, otherwise you go, like that the shopkeepers would say, right? So this is what the reason is. When a product is in demand, the price will be increasing. So here, as there was bad harvest, the prices of the food grains increased, and also they wanted to pay feudal tax. So only the people were affected, and they just faced the problem called pauperism. Are you clear with this? Okay. Now, similarly, 1848 also faced lot of hardships. In that year, there was food shortage. It may be due to bad harvest or some other problems, but there was food shortage. Also, unemployment problem was there. Because of this, what happened? The population of the entire Paris came to roads. So, without any property or life, they came to roads. And after that, Louis Philippe he was made to move out of the city. Clear, the people were very angry, and they made Louis Philippe to move out of the place, because they only elected the National Assembly, and they made Louis Philippe as its head, right? What we discussed yesterday, right? And now, as Louis Philippe cannot do anything, the people just made him to move out of the place. After that, they made National Assembly as Republic. Okay, they are going to make one leader there, and they give suffrage to all the adult males above 21 years. So all males, if they are above 21, they can go and vote. That is called as suffrage to all males above 21. And also they give right to work. Anybody can go and work anywhere. Clear with that? And they conducted many workshops to give employment also to solve these problems. Are you clear with this? So take notes of this question also. 1848 hardships. So here food shortage, because of unemployment they cannot purchase also, and because of this the population came to roads. Barricades were erected, lot of restrictions came. Louis Philippe was made to move out of the place. After that, they made a National Assembly as Republic, and they are giving right to vote for all the adult males who are above 21 years, and they are giving right to work, and they are having national workshops to give employment. Okay, now let us go into the next very important topic, 1848 revolution. So this is otherwise called as liberal revolution of 1848. So just now we discussed about the problems which happened in 1830 and 1848, right? So because of that only the people were protesting a lot, and they were asking for many things, and they themselves made many things like workshops, universal suffrage, everything, isn't it? So parallel to that revolt, that means at the same time educated people also they had lot of revolts. What they were asking means they asked for abdication of monarchy. That means they wanted to abolish the monarchical rule. Yes, many events happened in Feb 1848, and finally what happened, the monarchy was abolished, and now they formed a republic, and they give universal male suffrage. That means not only property men, but any man, if they are having property also they can vote, if they are not having property also they can come and vote. Clear? So in Feb 1848, they abolished monarchy and formed republic, and they gave universal male suffrage. Clear? And now what happened? The people in Germany, Italy, Poland, and Austro-Hungarian. Okay, in these places, Germany, Italy, Poland, Austro-Hungarian, in these places, both men and women, they started to ask for constitution. Okay, that means they asked for written rules and regulations. Clear? So first they were asking for nationalism, right? Now along with this, they are asking for the formation of constitution. So parallel to the revolts of poor, educated people, they were asking for three things: constitution, freedom of the press, and freedom of association. They want constitution. They want to publish anything they want. They want to write anything they were interested in. So earlier there was no freedom, right? So whatever you wish to write, you should consult with the censorship of the government. Only then you can publish it. Now the people are asking for freedom of the press. There should not be any censorship. After that, they are asking for freedom of association. They should form group or they should form union, so they should have rights. For that only they are asking for these three things. And here in Germany, there were many political associations like professionals, businessmen, artisans, these people and all, they formed many associations. And these people, they came to city of Frankfurt to vote for the National Assembly. They decided to form National Assembly and they wanted to vote for the head, right? For that purpose, these people of the associations came to Frankfurt city and they voted for German National Assembly. So how many representatives came? Means 831 elected representatives. So these people, they are coming to Frankfurt especially for the parliament to take their positions. If one person is elected, officially they will take the charge, right? For that purpose they are coming to Frankfurt parliament, and it was in Church of St. Paul. This is one more question. After going to that place, they are making a constitution roughly, and they are making one head for the parliament. So that head will be monarchical king, but that king will be subjected to the parliament, so he should obey the rules and regulations of the parliament. After making this process, they are giving the head position to Frederick Wilhelm Ford. He was the king of Prussia. Clear? But what he did means he rejected that offer. He joined with other monarchical rule and he opposed this formation of National Assembly. And already monarchy and aristocrats, their opposition was very stronger against this National Assembly. And because of this, what happened? The basis of the parliament started to eroded. That means it was not stronger anymore. Also, this parliament was completely dominated by the middle class people. They were not at all listening to the problems of the workers. Because of that, the workers were not supporting the parliament. Now, what happened? The number of enemies increased to the parliament. Monarchies are opposing, aristocrats are opposing, now workers are also opposing it. So, finally, what happened? The troops, soldiers were called in to that particular place and the meeting was cancelled. Clear? So that is what assembly got disbanded. Are you clear with this? So this is very important. Listen, what we are discussing here is about 1848 revolution. So when the poors were conducting many revolts, parallel to it, liberals also, particularly educated liberal people also were involved in revolt. These educated people, they were asking for three things: constitution, freedom for association, and freedom of press. And this was in France, okay, particularly in four places: Germany, Italy, Poland, Austro-Hungarian. In these places only the people were asking for this. Now in Germany there were many associations. So who were in that associations? Businessmen, artisans, and especially very rich artisans and other businessmen. Clear? And these people, they came to Frankfurt to vote for the National Assembly. And on 18th May 1848, 831 elected representatives, they are coming to Frankfurt Parliament to take charge, which was conducted in Church of St. Paul. After visiting that place, they are drafting. That means they are making a rough copy of the constitution, and they are making Frederick William IV as its head, and that king should obey the parliament. But what that person did, he rejected the offer. He joined with other kings. Then he opposed to this National Assembly. So now the opposition of such monarchy and aristocracy was very stronger. Also, this parliament was full of educated middle class people. So they were not at all listening to the workers. So workers also turned against to this National Assembly. And finally, what happened? The troops were called in and this entire assembly was disbanded. Clear. So, in this issue, there is another controversial issue. So, what was that means? Extending political rights to women. So, whether we should give rights to women or not. This was the controversial issue for the liberal nationalists. And large number of women actually they have participated in many liberal nationalism, and they formed many political association, they gathered for the meetings, they started their own newspapers, they made nationalistic demonstrations, everything. Even though they did these many things for the nation, they were not allowed to participate in the National Assembly. As the voters or as representatives, they were not at all allowed. They were allowed there just as an observer. Okay, they were standing in visitors gallery. If you check your textbook in page number 18, you can check lot of people were sitting in upstairs. So that is what visitors gallery, and women were made to be an observer only. They were not participating in the National Assembly. Clear? So this is very bad thing, right? So that is why it is said to be controversial issue. Clear? So this is a 3-mark question. Make a note on it. What was a controversial issue in 1848? Liberal Revolution. So the issue was about extending political rights to women. So here, women they started many associations, newspapers. They gathered for political meetings. They made demonstrations and all for the nationalism. Despite of this, what happened? They were denied from equal rights for voting in the assembly. Okay, so they formed a national assembly. 831 representatives were they know. So none of them were women, and no women were allowed to vote for them. Clear. So only it is said to be denied from suffrage for the assembly especially. And now in the Frankfurt Parliament, where these many people gathered, women were allowed just as an observer in the visitors gallery. They were not allowed to participate in the assembly. Are you clear with this? Fine. Now, the monarchy they tried to stop this revolution much, and they somewhat controlled the revolution, but they cannot bring the old things back. So many things has changed by the revolutionaries. So now the kings are thinking, okay, we should stop the revolution. The only way to stop the revolution is to give some concession to the people. Yes. So finally, they started to give concessions in Central and Eastern Europe. Concession means what? To give some favorable benefits to the people. Clear. So, in Central and Eastern Europe, they started to give concessions to the people. Actually, in 1815 itself, in Western Europe, they gave concession to the people. But in Eastern and Central Europe, only in 1848, they started to give concessions. So, what concessions they gave means they abolished serfdom, they abolished bonded labor, especially in Habsburg Empire, also in Russia. And after that, Habsburg Empire they gave more freedom to Hungarians in 1867. These were the steps taken by the kings to stop the revolution. Clear? So this is a 3-mark. What were the steps taken by the monarchy to stop the revolution? So first, conservative forces they tried to control the revolution. They controlled it, but they cannot bring the old state back. And now the monarchies decided to give some concessions to the people to stop the revolution, and they abolished serfdom, they abolished bonded labor, and this was especially in Habsburg Empire and in Russia. Clear? And Habsburg Empire they gave more freedom, autonomy, that is private power to the Hungarians in which year? 1867. Are you clear with this? Now coming to the question session. What was the controversial issue in the 1848 revolution? Just comment the answer. And today we have discussed about six topics. First, about 1830 hardships. In 1830 hardships, what happened? Many unemployment problem, bad harvest, and feudal tax problem. Everything happened. In 1848, also many problems came, but finally, what happened? They made Louis Philippe to run out of his place, and they are conducting many workshops to give employment, and they are giving universal suffrage for males. And after that, Silesian weavers, a topic is there in page number 16. I want you to take your book and read the incident, what had happened to the Silesian weavers. It will be like a story. So read that book for yourself and understand it. And next, we discussed a very important topic, 1848 Liberal Revolution. So here, educated people are conducting the revolution. Representatives are going to take charge for the National Assembly in Germany, right? And finally, what happened? It was not completed and disbanded. And there was a controversial issue that is about women rights. And finally, the monarchies they started to give some concessions to stop the revolution. So again, just replay the video for understanding the concept. But reading your book is very important. Take your book, read line by line, write the meanings of the hard words, and just make it thorough. Happy learning.